Yeah, inspections when it comes to residential realty.
Yep.
How does that process work?
Yeah, so residential and commercial real estate, complete different animals. With residential real estate specifically, to answer your question, in Rhode Island, there's a 10 business day time period for inspections. In Rhode Island, it's a no-risk time for a buyer. A buyer could literally walk away for any reason at all if they're not satisfied. Okay, so if
that inspection comes back and I have a problem with it, at that point I can just drop and walk away?
Correct. And to put it even more clearly, a buyer can wait 15 days, not even do an inspection, and say, oh, I found a better house, I'm gone, I'm not satisfied here. It's crazy.
Oh, so it's not contingent on the inspection?
Not necessarily. If you read the language of the contract, it's pretty vague, okay? And they do it in a way where the buyer really doesn't have any risk, but the sellers take on a risk. So if you're selling a home, and here's a question that I know home sellers are asking, well, how can I alleviate that risk? And we have an answer for that. Okay, so if you're getting ready to sell a home, or if you're selling a home right now and you're having inspection problems, or if you're having problems with buyers with cold feet, a lot of first-time buyers have cold feet. Here's what you can do as a seller to prepare for that. You can do a pre-list home inspection. You get an inspector in, you get all of the inspections done up front. Okay, you disclose everything to the buyers. You allow the buyers to do their own inspection as well. No big deal. But it's a very transparent, clean experience.
That makes sense.
Everyone knows what's going on. The buyers are going to be impressed. They're going to trust you.
Do you find that we as sellers try to start nickeling and diming things? Like you said, well, that's the buyer's supposed to pay for that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay for it, and it's relatively a very small percentage of what I'm going to profit, yet I still try to not have to pay.
Yeah, that's
and sabotage the whole process?
That's a great question. Well, we've actually I've done an analysis on this, right? And we don't, so we're very selective with who we work with, okay? And 81% of our clientele have taken our advice on doing a preliminary title check, on doing a preliminary home inspections and staging their home, pricing it properly. 81% of our clients take our advice to a T. Okay,
that's
our
awesome.
goal is to get that to a 90%. We're already 1% better than how, the 80-20 Pareto principle works, right? So we're already 1% better. So we're identifying who this 19% is. We're going and identifying that, and then we're now able to educate these 19% and say, hey, listen, this is why it's important. Here are the numbers. Sellers are emotional sometimes because they're attached to the home. Mm-hmm. And to have someone come in and tell you that the price is lower than what you expected, right, in the first place, tell you that you have to move your furniture around, depersonalize your property where you raised your kids, where you grew up, where you had your anniversary party, where you had all the special moments,
It's all personal, and you're telling me to depersonalize it.
Yes. So already it leaves kind of a tough feeling with somebody, especially when there's a situation where they have to move outside of their will.